Alexis of Perth handicap. Upper limits, jumps favourite on return. They're off and they're racing. Big Batter Boom can't be done amongst the first to go. Burned off by Sock Off and Street Parade, who's whipping across. Driving up Bit of Merit shortly after the start. They're being closely followed when they settle down Corn Cob. Upper limits is back about midfield. And then Written Matter. Down on the inside, Saloon Bar back there with That's Funny As. And as they get going past the 800 towards the inside, at the tail is Creator back with Hint of Mint. A strung out affair going by the 700 mark, and Sock Off had really turned on the after jets and burned away, led by a length and a half. Street Parade does the chasing, a length and a half away, can't be done. On the inside next of all is Bit of Merit, followed by Corn Cob, up running about fifth and ridden along. Upper limits down on the inside, tracking into it, followed by Big Batter Boom, who's well back in the field. Written Matter, Creator, Saloon Bar a day from them. Sock Off led at the 250 mark. Street Parade the threat, 2 lengths away, then came Can't Be Done. Sock Off, Street Parade. Street Parade hits the front from Sock Off. Now Upper Limits gets through the traffic. Saloon Bar getting out of the ground. Upper Limits hampered. Street Parade, Saloon Bar. Saloon Bar in a hectic finish. Street Parade was all over the place like a drunken sailor. Saloon Bar had picked them up. Saloon Bar has got there from Upper Limits, and on the inside, Street Parade, Sock Off in a very, very hectic finish. In behind them, Big Batter Boom, Hint of Mint, Corn Cob, followed further back Bit of Merit, and then came That's Funny As. The last couple home included Written Matter back with Creator and Can't Be Done. Well, Street Parade was all over the place, and he ducked in across Sock Off and down the outside. Upper Limits had to change direction, and Saloon Bar then pounced upon them after being well off them. Saloon Bar, Chris Parnham, luckless last start, claims victory.
To wobble around under pressure really badly on top of Sock Off. He had to stop riding and straighten just for a little bit of safety there. But Saloon Bar off the 7 days, down the 4.5 kilos. He's always had that same racing pattern where he needs conditions to suit, and Duff today, he got them. He was right place, right time.
He's got a brutal finish on him, hasn't he? And he got the speed, he got the track, and he got the ride. So too good. Favourite just wants further, I think. Upper Limits just probably a little bit too short for him.
We'll hear from Dan Morton in just a moment. Winner of the last, Saloon Bar, in the famous colours from over here in the west. The Oakland Park colours of Northerly and the much maligned Marasco, but still a favourite. Saloon Bar, $4, $4.50 and $1.80 he's going to pay.
Just watching that head on there, it was a little bit of carnage halfway up the home straight. Corn Cob copped a big check as a couple of them rolled in on top of him. So we might have a little bit to read about in tomorrow morning's Stewards report.
Here it is again. Here it is again. Street Parade. Well, he's about to roll in on top of Sock Off.
And I think just towards the outside here, it's Saloon Bar, and then he rolls in on top of Big Batter Boom, who then rolls in on top of Corn Cob there and just cops a big squeeze about
so
now.
As Saloon Bar went past.
Yeah, but Big Batter Boom does tend to roll around, so we'll have to see what the outcome is there.
Okay, here's Lockie.
Thanks, Greg. I'm now joined by winning trainer Dan Morton. Dan, you've always had a lot of time for this horse. He's been luckless throughout his career, as was the case 7 days ago, but nice to see him salute here in the last.
Yeah, a deserving win. When you say luckless, he's probably his own worst enemy. Like he's one of these horses I've forever said, you know, when the penny drops, he'll string a few together and then he just starts doing things wrong again. But he's a very capable horse on his day, and yeah, thankfully he got the job done.
Do you feel the penny has dropped now? Do you think that now that he's won twice in 3 or 4 starts that he can go on with and potentially show the potential he's shown you all the way through?
Yeah, I'd like to think so, but like that, like I said, I've thought that before. But you know, if the races pan out nicely for him, then he can produce good. Like he's a horse with above average potential, I think. Yeah.
Could we see him out to 1,400 metres in time for the rest of this campaign? Obviously, he's finding the line so well over 1,200 metres. Is he reserved to just being a get-back sprinter over 1,200, or could we see him out to 7 furlongs?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Again, like, you know, if the race speed and everything pans out nicely, then, you know, I wouldn't put it past him.
You and I have been discussing this green suit over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Haven't trained a winner since you've been wearing it. But finally, you salute, so it's not on eBay. You can tell Carol.
I would have been bidding it myself, but Carol said, no, you paid too much money for it, so it gets another go. While I got you, I want to give a shout out. My uncle passed away early in the week, so I just want to give a shout out to all our family. A few of them are here today. Timmy and, you know, they'll be listening on now and whatnot. Nell passed away, so here's a shout out to the family. Thanks.
Very well said, well done.
Thank you.
There's Dan Morton after the win of Saloon Bar, and here's Chris Parnham catching up with Scotty Emery.
Well, it was only 7 days ago that Saloon Bar came charging, and it was too little too late last week, Chris, but today he sort of got conditions to suit, but he still has to reel off a big 600 from where he was.
Yeah, he did. The speed was on. There was a lot of speed on paper, and yeah, just sort of didn't want to annoy him early. To be honest, he was a little bit out of his comfort zone where he was, so I wouldn't have wanted to have been any closer in the run with him, but he took a while to sort of level out, but the last sort of 150 he really gathered him in nice.
He's been a good solid Saturday horse for a while now, but always from early doors as a 3-year-old, he always flashed ability that he could have been even better.
Yeah, probably. He just sort of had a racing pattern where he needs to get a bit of luck, so and he probably wasn't the same horse at different patches throughout last preparation, so no, it seems to be on track now, and he's putting it all together.
Thought on Snowdome's run in the Winterbottom Stakes?
Oh, he was poor. Yeah, he went. We drew the widest gate. We thought there's a lot of speed. We can't attack with him. Otherwise, there'd be nothing left at the end. But yeah, when we just took him back, and he just wasn't the same horse. So he is a horse that how do I say it? He got a high cruising speed, and just where he drew today, it was just an awful map for him. And yeah, there's another day for him.
I thought you were going to say he runs for Brad, but congratulations on this one, Chris. Well done.
All right, thanks.
And that wraps our coverage here on Sky Thoroughbred Central for Winterbottom Stakes Day. We'll be back next Saturday for the Northerly Stakes, the final Group 1 of the calendar year. Damien Oliver will be riding Zoom On for Gai Waterhouse and Adrian Bott in his final Group 1 of his career. But of course he'll be back for the Gold Rush in his final day. So that's it. Looking forward to Northerly Day. If today's anything to go by, we're in for another bottler.
Exactly right. That Wait for Age, Zip Away, potentially even a lot of good men. And then you get Bustler, the railway winner. You get Zaki. Now, we're talking about Overpass being a draw card for people to come to the races. Zaki's going to bring people through the gates.
And just talking to Annabelle after the main race there, she's very happy with Zaki.
Okay. So she was here today.
Yes, she's enjoying herself more than Bjorn.
All right, that is it. Thank you to Lockie Taylor and to Michael Heaton and these guys next to me as well. We'll be back here next Saturday for Northerly Stakes Day in Perth.